Welcome back, fight fans. This is BoxTalk. Today, I'm going to be breaking down one of the biggest boxing events that we have had all year, maybe even the decade. Some of these fights are definitely going to be one of the best fights of the decade, and I'll be breaking that down very soon. But the Ring 4 Night of the Champions card. If you enjoy this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment down below what you would like to see next, as well as your opinions down in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified the next time that I post. You'll be notified the next time that I post a BoxTalk video. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. Now, this fight card was dubbed as Night of the Champions for a reason. All of these fights were 12-round fight matchups that were championship fights, and on top of that, 7 of these fighters were risking their 0 to their record. Now, a lot of these fighters, mind you, they don't want to risk their 0. So this fight card was very important for setting up the future of these champions by matching them up with their true competition, and the next fight will be even either higher competition or even equal competition if they are at the elite status. But the first fight I really want to talk about, which was one of 2 knockouts of the night, is the Jesse Bam Rodriguez fight versus the Fernando Puma Martinez fight. Jesse made it look extremely easy. He knocked out Puma in round 10 with a left hook that was unexpected, mind you. I think the commentators were just explaining a couple of seconds before he got knocked out. Fernando actually got knocked down at round 10 in one of his previous fights. So it was very poetic to see. Jesse made it look extremely easy the entire fight, out angling Puma. He was countering Puma. He was beating him to the punch. His next matchup, of course, could be Inoue, since Inoue is fighting on the Ring 5 card next month. So we'll find out more about that in the future after Inoue wins his next match, if he does, against Alan Picasso. Next fight I want to talk about, I thought was one of the best fights of the night because of the sheer heart from this fighter, as well as the amount of damage he took, as well as the other opponent being very shifty, very adaptable, and very sharp. Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes is a very tough UK fighter. He took really heavy shots this night, and Abdullah Mason, yes, you could say his chin is questionable, but he's very well adaptable. And Abdullah Mason is one of the youngest active world champions now. He showed his true grit against Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes was on that front foot the entire time, taking a lot. The body shots that were slowing down Sam by Mason were pretty much the thing that saved Abdullah Mason. And if he wasn't throwing as many body shots that night, then I think Abdullah Mason probably would have lost by decision. Now, one of the judges did score at 117-111, which I am completely against. Sam Noakes put up a major fight, and I think it was a lot closer than we expected. Could have even been a draw if Sam put the pressure on a little bit harder in those middle rounds. But the later rounds, Sam was making a point that he was there to fight and he was not going to quit. Now for the co-main, which actually surprised me because I expected a tougher fight from this person, and I expected way less from the other person. Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. I expected way more from Brian Norman. I expected Brian Norman to be laying really heavy pressure and being more of a heavy hitter to Devin Haney, but unfortunately he couldn't hit Devin Haney. Devin Haney was outmaneuvering and outboxing Brian Norman Jr. the entire time, and even securing a knockdown in round 2, which, you know, everybody says he's got pillow hands, this and that. That's cool and all, but he's showing that he still has some type of power to knock down people, even in his career. I mean, he doesn't have really many knockout wins for the past, 5 years, but he still outboxes, outmaneuvers, and he works extremely hard in the gym. He made a statement, and I'm glad that he did because I want to see more from Devin Haney. And Brian Norman Jr. is a power puncher. He knocked out Jin Sasaki in round number 5 for a WBO, for defending his WBO belt, excuse me. Devin Haney came in and showed out. He showed his skills. He showed his footwork. He showed that he could hit and move at the same time. Maybe the bright lights got to Brian Norman, but I don't want to discredit him as a fighter. I think he's an excellent fighter, and whatever's going to happen for him in the future, I can't wait to see at the 147. But Devin Haney's on track to becoming undisputed again. He wants to become 2 times undisputed at 147, and his weight cut to get to 147 didn't look terrible. So I think he's going to be at 147 for quite a while. and get that undisputed. Last but not least, I want to talk about the David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde fight, which I think this is going to be one of the fights of the decade, you know, one of the best fights. Anthony Yarde, he's a scary guy. You know, he went toe-to-toe with Beterbiev until they threw the towel in. Anthony Yarde is no joke. He was hurting Beterbiev in that match. David Benavidez made it look extremely easy. At one point, he threw 18 punches with the same hand. This was one of the most exciting light heavyweight matches we have seen in a long time. I mean, the last most exciting one, I guess you can say, is David Benavidez versus Morrell. And Morrell is a very tough fighter. David Benavidez was taking some heavy shots in that match, so I expected he wasn't going to get knocked out by Anthony Yarde. But I was hoping he wouldn't, and I was hoping that he was able to not only take the hits from Anthony Yarde, but be able to lay the same pressure that he usually does at the same capacity, because he's light and fast. He's strong. He's very strong for a light heavyweight. And he's, of course, going up to cruiserweight now, because I'm sure those weight cuts are hurting him now a little bit. But David Benavidez looked amazing in that fight. And I can't wait to see what's next for him, of course. I want to see him fight Bivol or Beterbiev, but that might not happen since David Benavidez is going up to cruiserweight. So this was a very important fight card that we had for the future of boxing, and I'm very excited to see what's going to be next. But I want to hear your opinions down below. Drop it in the comments, and also don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified next time I post a BoxTalk video. But I will see you in the next video. Peace out.